What if I told you that you could visit Stonehenge, Bath, and Windsor Castle in one day without a tour bus, without a guide, and for a fraction of the cost? I did it using only public transportation, and I'm about to show you exactly how I pulled it off, what went right, what went wrong, and whether I'd actually recommend you do the same. Let's go. Well, good morning. So today we are on our train adventure to one of the more popular day trips out of London. We're going first to Stonehenge, then Bath, and then Windsor Castle. Now, we're doing this all by public transportation instead of booking a coach tour. Most people will take a coach tour. Obviously, it's more straightforward. It's simple. You don't have to worry about where you're getting on and off. You don't have to navigate the trains. But if you're up for a little adventure and you want to travel like a local, then this is a great way to experience the train system, get out and enjoy some areas outside of central London. Now, we are at the Lewisham stop because we're staying in Greenwich. So we took the DLR down here and now we are hopping on the National Rail that will take us to Waterloo Station. We already have pre-booked our tickets, which helps. If you pre-book the National Rail, you save a lot of money. So now this is a local trip, so I didn't really pre-book this one. But the one from Waterloo to Salisbury, we pre-booked. Now it is a specific time, so that is important to know that if you are doing that, you need to plan out your time really carefully, because the advanced train tickets, when you can get them the cheapest, is going to be a couple months ahead, and it's going to be for a specific train. So we did that ahead of time, and we will get to Waterloo and then switch to that pre-booked train to Salisbury. And then once we were in Salisbury, we purchased already online the tickets that include the bus shuttle to Stonehenge. So we're really excited to experience this, see how smoothly it goes. Hopefully no bumps in the road or train tracks, as they may. But we're ready to go. So it should be an exciting day. We've seen a good part of London on both of our trips here, and so I'm excited to get outside of the city and see these other areas of the UK. Part one unlocked. We got to Waterloo Station. It is a massive station. You will probably come in at Waterloo East, but it's directly connected to the Waterloo main station. And then I just wanted to check because we had two different trains that depart at 9:20, and I went to the ticket office just to make sure I was looking for the right one. So for Salisbury, you look for the train for Exeter, and that's the one you're going to get on. It has not announced our platform yet, but it is platform 5 to 11. It's just saying please wait. So that train probably isn't even in the station yet. But we're going to go head down that way, because when you come into the main station, you're kind of at the 20 to 24 range of platforms. So we're going to go walk down to the other end and wait for that. But yeah, Waterloo is crazy. It's, if you're going in the morning and it's weekday, you're going to be dealing with rush hour traffic as well. So it's really important to have your advanced tickets available and purchased. You save a ton of money, and it just streamlines your process. So I'm excited. We're going to go see Stonehenge here in a bit. But right now we got to go find our platform and our train. So as you exit the station, you're going to head to the left, and you have no choice but to see the Stonehenge bus. It's literally as soon as you take a left outside the station. So the entrance to the station is right behind me, and then you run right up to here. Now it's a good idea, again, to buy your tickets ahead of time. As you see, buy tickets online. I don't think you can buy them on the bus. So again, another way to plan ahead. So when you get on the actual bus, you will see you'll be handed the little earphones, and you can plug them in to the little thing at your seat, and then it gives you kind of a commentary about everything you're seeing on the way to Stonehenge. When you check in, you need to have your email that has your ticket information. The driver then writes that down and then provides you with a little pamphlet and stapled your Stonehenge tickets to it. So that, and then you show this to the driver again when you're coming back from Stonehenge. Now your ticket usually does include a couple other stops along the way. If you want to stop at the cathedral and things like that, you can also get off there, but it will also just take you right back to the bus. But this is Salisbury. Salisbury is really cute. It's a very old medieval town, laws of history here. It has a copy of the Magna Carta. So if you have time to spend exploring Salisbury a little bit after Stonehenge, I would highly recommend it. We have built in some time so we can wander around town and explore this really cute little spot. So let's go explore the mysteries of Stonehenge. So here we are. Welcome to Stonehenge. This is the main ticket office and building where you're going to check in. We pre-booked our tickets that included the bus, so we don't have to make an extra stop. We just scan in and go. And then there's two options to get out to the monument. You can either take the little shuttle bus or you can walk, and it's about, I think, a 20-minute walk. It's a little chilly and gray today, so I think we're going to take the shuttle bus, at least out there, and then we may decide to walk back depending on how the crowd is on the shuttle bus. So let's go check out this world famous monument. And of course there is a gift shop that I am sure we will check out as soon as we are done seeing the thing for real, because every place has to have a gift shop. And then here is the shuttles to get out to the monument. Right there is the walking path. Like I said, it's a little chilly for us today, but look at the fun scenery. You got all the sheep grazing. How cute. So behind me is a guided tour. You can also pay ahead to do a guided tour where they do a little bit more of the history of the monument. You get a little bit more information. Now you can read about all this stuff as well. So, you know, we're not big guided tour people, so we're just going to go on our own, but we're here, we can see it. It's not very far. Go flip the camera around and show you what. All right, so like I said, it's not a far walk, like you can see it there, but there is still a good, probably maybe 5-minute walk up this path. It's pretty level, so it's nothing that is going to be too strenuous for you. Obviously, if you walked all the way over from the visitor center, then a little bit more walking isn't going to kill you. And if you took the shuttle bus, this is really not that far, and it's nice and flat and level. So, and then you get, of course, blessed with this amazing view of this incredible monument. We are at the infamous Stonehenge. They say this was built around 2500 BC, and that all of these stones were dragged here or rolled here somehow from about 200 miles away. I could be off on that mileage, but it's around 200 miles away. And it is just really an incredible sight to see something like this. You know, you read about it, you see it on videos, see it in TV, but to be here is just incredible. I will say it's a little chilly out here, so if you're coming in November, like we're here in November, it's much warmer in the city than it is here. It's probably a good 20 degrees Fahrenheit colder out here than it was in the city, so we neglected to bring winter attire. Our gloves and things are back in the city because we were like, oh, it's warm, and then got out here and it's freaking freezing. But what an amazing sight. So it's also said that if you look along here, you see how there's a ridge and then a ditch. This is part of what becomes Stonehenge. with the main structure being right over here. But these ridges here and the ditch were built up as well as part of the structure, and they were built first before the stones were brought in. I know people say it's very underwhelming. I would disagree. I think it's pretty awesome. All right, so we've been around the whole loop, did some fun little Instagram pictures. They have that laid out for you all the way around the circle. Try to, can you recreate this and then post it on social media? So we did a couple of those just for the fun of it, but a lot of people say it's underwhelming. I don't know. I mean, it's smaller than I think you think it is when you walk up, but I don't know about it being underwhelming. I think it's amazing that these were brought here from hundreds of miles away during times when they didn't have modern equipment to drag them here. So my take on it, I don't think they were brought here by aliens. I think they were brought here as a way to measure the sun and the seasons. You got to remember, people were like farmers and stuff, but this is my take. I am not a historian, but just in what I've read about it, that's what I would think this is to measure the sun and moon cycles, so you knew when to plant your crops and you knew when winter was coming and when to prepare for the different changes in season. So we're off to the gift shop next, and then we will head back into Salisbury before catching our train. Now we have a 1:42 train, just to give you an idea of how long we've been here. We took the 11 o'clock shuttle out here, and then took us maybe about 10 minutes from the visitor center to get out here. So you're looking at about a 40-minute journey. It is now 12:15 by the time we get back to the visitor center and go through the gift shop, restrooms, you know the deal, and get back on the main shuttle back into Salisbury. We'll be right on time for our train. So you do want to plan a little bit of time, and it's not even like we were wasting time out here. We did a loop, and now we're just kind of admiring it one last time before we head back to the shuttle. So definitely plan accordingly. Don't book your trains too close together. And quite honestly, if you just want help with this, you don't want to try to navigate and figure this out on your own, put a comment down there or reach out and we can talk about it, and I can help you plan an incredible do-it-yourself journey with just a little guidance so that you're not having to fully do it yourself. I can get you where you need to be and when you need to be there so you have a smooth journey. So like I said, if you do want to walk, the walking route is there, and you can kind of see people down there walking all the way back. It walks along the same path as the bus. But today's a little chilly for us, as I mentioned, so we're going to take this nice little bus back to the visitor center so we can stay toasty warm. Just got on the GWR train from Salisbury to Bath. This will be about a 50-minute journey. It was pretty simple. With Stonehenge, I will say the amount of time that we planned did not allow for any time exploring the other attractions like the cathedral or the town at all, because we literally had enough time to get back, use the restroom, and the exact amount of time that we needed to catch this train on time. If we would have missed the shuttle bus back from Stonehenge, we would have missed this train completely. So it was a little specific, but doable. I think we spent enough time at Stonehenge, plus it was cold. So we weren't exactly looking to hang out there. But now we're going to enjoy this 50-minute journey here on SUWR to Bath Spa, and then we're going to get a little bit more exploring in once we get there. We have arrived in Bath. That took about 50 minutes from Salisbury to Bath. A very easy ride, very comfortable. And now we're going to just kind of wander around the town of Bath and check it all out and see what it's all about. We're going to go see the Roman baths. We're not sure if we're going to go tour them. We want to kind of see what the timings are, the cost of the tickets, things like that. And then we'll probably find a bite to eat and maybe a cute bakery, because you know me, I'm all about bakeries in the little towns that we visit. And then we'll probably do just a little bit of shopping and poking around. Our next train that goes to Windsor is at 5:13. So we do have a couple hours. It's about 2:45 right now. So we have enough time to just kind of go poke around and check it out, about an hour and a half, to really enjoy ourselves here before we move on to the third stop of the day, which will be Windsor. So let's go check out Bath Spa. All right, so we stumbled across this Cornish bakery place, but they also have these really cool like Cornish pockets. They're heavy and they're almost like, it's like a little kind of like a burrito, but more of like a puff pastry with all kinds of yummy inside. And it's kind of cold out, so plus it's like 2:30 in the afternoon and we haven't had any lunch. So we were gonna wander around first and then go find something to eat, but then this kind of called our name as we walked by. So we thought, what the heck? £4.50, which isn't terrible, so £9. And this is kind of what they look like. It's like this pastry. And then inside I got the chicken, bacon, and something. Chorizo. Chicken, bacon, chorizo is the one I got. And my husband got the red Thai curry one. With chicken. So I'm gonna try this one. This looks amazing. Let's dive in and see how this is. It's really good. The pastry, let me chew. The pastry is nice and crispy, and then the inside is super yummy. Like, check that out. So good. Oh, okay. I'm gonna try the curry one now. This is Thai curry one. Gotta clear my mouth. Okay, I'm gonna try the Thai curry one now. That's some good stuff. They're both really good. So I highly recommend this place. When you're stopping in Bath on your little tour, even if you are on one of the pre-booked bus tours, you can stop here. There's one more place that I do want to stop. I marked it on my map and I just saw it out of the corner of my eye. But I'll save that little treat for later. We're going to finish enjoying these and then go find the room. We are here at the Roman baths and we got our little audio guide. It is £19 each to tour. She says it can take about an hour and a half to 2 hours to fully go through it. We probably won't take that long. Typically we don't stop and read every little thing. We don't stop and listen to every little thing on our audio guide. But as soon as you walk in, you are greeted with the main bath view. Of course, you're indoors, and later we'll be able to go outdoors. So we're gonna go wander through and see all about and learn about the Roman baths here in Bath. So another thing here is this water is incredibly icky and murky. I don't think anyone would want to swim in that now, but back in the day, this was like considered a luxury for the aristocrats. of the Roman Empire. They would come here into the natural springs of the bath spa, thermal activity of the water, to really enjoy a great bath. So obviously, once they uncovered it, all these beautiful Roman statues behind me still persevered, but the baths themselves have been spoiled, and the spring has honestly gone a little dry. But let's keep exploring as we wander through this incredible archaeological find. Great bath in the Roman baths. It's pretty cool. It takes you through a whole exhibit and lots of information about how they discovered the baths, what they were used for, and kind of how they continue to, the spring continues to flow today. So it's really great example of Roman architecture and in the history of the Roman Empire here in the UK. You forget that the Roman Empire was massive and was really everywhere. So seeing it here is equally as impressive as when we were in Spain and other parts of Europe. The Roman Empire really encompassed everything. But this is just a really cool spot. I definitely recommend it. I think it was worth the £19 to come through and learn about this slice of history here in Bath. And of course, if you're staying in Bath, there's a lot more to do. We're just here obviously for a few hours, so this is an awesome stop on our trip. So we've got the strawberry rhubarb cake thing here. And my husband got like a chocolate fudgy brownie, which looks amazing. We got these at the same place that we got the little pocket things earlier. So we're gonna have these on the train as our little sweet treat before we get to Reading, then Slough. I'm now in the Slough station, and this is our kind of last leg before we get to Windsor. We will have to come back to this station because this is the transfer point to get on the Elizabeth line back into the city. So it's been a fairly easy day. This has been the most complicated leg of the trip because we had to make 2 train transfers. You do need to make sure you know where those train transfers are. Don't be shy. If you're doing this alone, go stop at the information booth at the station and just verify where you're going, what train you're going on, so you know exactly where you need to go. I usually check what platform it is. If I can't figure it out on my own, just go ask. There's no shame in that. You want to make sure you're getting on the right train, on the right platform, going the right direction, so you're not wasting any time and missing valuable time and going just the wrong way. So this train will only take about 6 minutes to get to Windsor, so we'll walk around there a little bit, see the castle from the outside, and then we will be on our merry way home for the night. This has been a long day, I'm not gonna lie, but I liked doing it on our own. I'll give you a full recap here after we see Windsor on my full feelings of the day. So make sure you comment, like, and subscribe so you can follow along on the rest of this journey. But for now, I'm going to wait for my train. That'll be here in about 10 minutes so we can then go explore Windsor a little bit before heading home. All right, so we've arrived in Windsor. Behind me is the train station, and from the platform you can actually see the tower of Windsor Castle. And then there's this little shopping area here, but I mean, it's only, what time is it? 7:19 on a Monday. And it is deader than a doornail here. So obviously a lot of people come here during the day and do the tours of the castle during the day. We chose not to do that for a couple of reasons. Number one, we knew we could not record anything or take any photos inside the castle. So we really thought, as far as seeing the inside of the castle, we weren't super interested. We just decided, since we've been to like Versailles and things like that, it wasn't that important for us to see inside the castle, especially without taking pictures or being able to share videos of what it looked like inside with you guys. So we're gonna go just see it real quick from the outside. I don't think we're gonna spend any time walking around town, because if the rest of the town is like this, then obviously it doesn't make sense to really spend any time. That is the Queen Victoria statue, and here is Windsor Castle. So it's literally right across from the station. You come out and it's right there in front of you. You cannot miss it. Ooh, and there's people coming out of the castle. I wonder if it's a royal. It could be. If you're coming on a tour, this is the visitor entrance. It's right down from the Queen Elizabeth statue. And you can't see it really well, so I'm going to try to zoom in here a little bit. But at the very top, you see that the flag is up there. That right there means that the royals are in residence. So somebody is here in the castle. We did just see a Rolls Royce enter. So who knows? Could be a royal. We're going to say that it is. But check out this castle. It is massive and such a cool medieval structure. It's like exactly the classic structure you think of. Like when you think of a castle, this is literally what you think of, with all the towers and the big walls and all of the tiny little windows. It is truly a medieval castle. Really, really cool. So like I said, here is the castle right here. And here is the entrance to the train station. So if you can't find Windsor Castle when you are leaving the Windsor Central Station, you've got some problems. All right, so we have returned from our little experiment of doing a very popular tour all by train instead of taking a book tour. We also weren't going to rent a car to do this, so if you're coming to London and you want help planning your own kind of train journey, I can certainly do this for you. Make sure you reach out and let's chat about what you want to see and do while you're here in London. So I wanted to give you a little feedback of our day. I think it went smoothly. We didn't have any trouble missing a train or not knowing where we were going. It was very easy to get answers if we had questions. Really got to everywhere we needed to be on time. The one downside is you have to be ahead of things and book far in advance to get the specific trains to get those discounted fares. When you are tied into a specific train, it is kind of like being on a tour, right? Because you have to be somewhere at a certain time. You don't have the luxury of taking your time and just kind of, floating through the day. At the same time, it kept us on track. We were going to 3 major sites. We knew we were going to have to limit our time at each, no matter what we did, if we wanted to get them all done in one day. So if I had to do it over again, this accomplished it. It got the 3 things done. I liked it way better than doing a group tour or a bus tour. The day probably would have been equally as long with a bus tour. Maybe a little shorter, only because they would have limited the amount of time, like at Stonehenge and probably in Bath, we wouldn't have had as much time. So I enjoyed having that leisure. But the downside is we didn't get to see much. Like, I would maybe break these up and do them as individual day trips in the future. Go to Stonehenge for the day, and you're not going to spend the whole day at Stonehenge, but the little historic town of Salisbury has a lot to see and do. It's very cute. I wish we had time to kind of wander around and explore that town. Plus, most of your tickets, if you're taking the shuttle, include a couple of the other sites. So it would make sense to take advantage of that if you have the time. Then, even with Bath, we got to spend a little bit more time there. We obviously explored the Roman baths, but it would have been nice to visit the cathedral and stroll through town. And, you know, it was a cute spot as well. So I could see doing a day trip specifically to there would have been really a great idea as well. And then finally, the Windsor Castle. Again, Windsor, the town itself, looked super cute. I had no interest of going inside the castle, so I wouldn't have necessarily done a day trip to there just to visit the castle, but the town surrounding it also is very cute. Lots of history and, you know, cute little shopping streets and pedestrian ways and stuff. So I think that would have been worth it to do 3 separate day trips. And Windsor is really not far at all from the center of London. It's kind of near, I would say it's kind of very close to Heathrow Airport. So if you get the picture, if it's around there, you know about how far that is. So that's a wrap on our day. That's my feedback for you. Again, if you're looking to come to London and do these side day trips, I'm happy to work with you. Let's get on a free chat and let's get you here exploring London and the surrounding area.
Next time, discover what sets me apart. I travel to World Travel Market in London, connecting face-to-face with global suppliers and destination partners so your dream trips are backed by real relationships, not just reservations.
Where are we going next? Let's go.